Hi boys and girls, today we are going to be working on week 6. We're going to start with day 1. So if you have your packet, go ahead and get that now. Today you'll need a paper, your packet, pencil, and scissors and glue. Go ahead and pause me while you get your materials and hit play when you're ready. We'll be starting with this paper right here, our first page, page 4. I'll read the directions. It says, today you will continue to learn about long vowels spelled vowel consonant E. Remember, whenever there is a vowel, then a consonant, then an E at the end of the syllable, the E is silent and the vowel says its name. The letters AE can say long A. The letters IE can say long I. The letters OE can say long O. And the letters UE can say long U. What we're going to do is we're going to do our activity right down below. If you don't have the packet, I'll pause so you can see the words and follow the directions as I read. Listen to your directions. Read each word. Add a silent E to write a word with the long vowel sound. Write the new word and read it. So we turned cut into cute. Your next words are rat, rod, rot, bit, hug, pin, can, dim, and pan. Go ahead and pause and complete. Remember, you're adding the silent E to each word and writing the new word with the long vowel sound. Press play when you're ready for the next activity. The next activity is on page 5 and looks like this. You are going to write the letters AE or IE to complete each picture name with the long A or long I sound. Then trace the whole word. I'll read you your pictures. Number 1, rake. Number 2, vase. Number 3, bike. Number 4, snake. Number 5, slide. Number 6, whale. Number 7, price. Number 8, cage. Number 9, hike. Number 10, gate. Number 11, 9. Number 12, hive. Remember, you're adding AE or IE to complete each picture and write the correct word of the picture. It looks like this. If you need to pause, go ahead. Now you will need scissors and glue. We're working on our look, read, word, and define. And you'll need your pictures, your words, and your definitions. What you're going to do, listen as I read the directions. Today you will continue to explore the topic of American symbols and learn vocabulary words that you will see as you read and write about an important symbol of leadership, George Washington. Listen to your directions. Cut out the boxes of the pictures, words, and definitions on this page. Sort the boxes into 3 piles: pictures, words, definitions. Match together and paste in the blank table below. So you're going to cut and paste once you have your matches. Activity number 2 is on a page like this. Read the definitions and examples of leadership and contributions below. Fill in the chart with your own examples. So we're talking about a leadership role, and the leadership role is technology helper. The goal is to keep everyone learning on their devices, and how you motivate others is ask my friends if they need help, check devices if there is a problem. The next leadership role is door holder. The goal is to make sure no one is left behind, and how you motivate others is to give my friends reminders to stay in line and come inside. This is where you're going to be writing how you would do your job. The goal is the sanitizer helper, so giving out hand sanitizer before we go to lunch like we did at school. The goal is to keep everyone germ-free and healthy. How would you motivate people to get their hand sanitizer? You need to fill that in this box if you have your packets, or on a blank paper if you don't. Again, you're telling how would you do your job to make sure everyone has hand sanitizer. Pause and go ahead and complete this activity. Next, contributions are when you give your time, money, or possessions to achieve a goal. This is the page we're working on. Here are some examples of contributions kids make at school or in the community. A contribution I make to keep my school clean is recycle paper and plastic. A contribution I make to help hungry people in my community is donating food. Now at the bottom, you'll need to draw and write a contribution you make to your school or community. You have a sentence starter. It says, a contribution I make is, and you're going to tell me one thing that you do to help your school or community. Moving on to day 2, your phonics activity, page 12. Today we will continue to practice spelling words with long vowels spelled vowel, consonant, E. Whenever there is a vowel, then a consonant, then an E at the end of the syllable, the E is silent and the vowel says its name, or the long vowel sound. The letters AE can stand for the long A sound. The letters IE can stand for the long I sound. The letters OE can stand for the long O sound, and the letters UE can stand for the long U sound. Write the words where they belong in the chart. Then write another word for each vowel sound. Here's your word bank. Your words are dive, broke, slide, mule, cane, note, globe, ride, huge, vase, snake, and tube. You're going to match those words where they belong in this chart. So the first column, we have our AE vowels. Next, we have our IE. We have our OE, and we have our UE. You need to take the words from the word bank and write them in the chart where they belong. Now that we're done with our phonics, we are going to listen to a story. Today, our story is about George Washington, and I'm sure many of you know who he is. This is a picture of him. I'm going to read as our story, so please listen as I read. If you need to listen to the story more than once, have your family go back and re-listen to the story. Introduction. George Washington was the first president of the United States. He was born in Virginia in 1732. He grew up on a farm. George went to school for a short time, but he mostly studied at home. Early life. George began working as a surveyor at age 16. In 1759, George married Martha Custis. She and her 2 children came to live with George. They lived at his plantation called Mount Vernon. Life's work. The Revolutionary War began in 1775. George led the army of American colonists, and they fought and won against Great Britain. In 1787, George led a group to form the government of the new United States of America. Later years. In 1789, George was elected the first U.S. president. He helped plan the capital city, Washington, D.C., which was named for him. George was president for 8 years. Many people wanted him to serve longer, but he said no. Contributions. After serving as a president, George went home to Mount Vernon. He died in 1799. George fought for and helped to shape the United States. Americans remember him as the father of his country. Your exit ticket will be these questions. So this Friday, I should be getting these questions from your parents. Listen to your question and use the story to help you. Question number 1. How was George Washington a leader in the Revolutionary War? Go ahead and pause and write. Again, how was George Washington a leader in the Revolutionary War? Question number 2. How did George Washington show leadership in 1787? Remember, you're pausing and writing. Question number 2. How did George Washington show leadership in 1787? Question number 3. What was George Washington's big accomplishment in 1789? Again, question number 3. What was George Washington's big accomplishment in 1789? And then for your last question, you're going to circle the main idea. Remember, main idea is what our story is all about. Was our story about George Washington is a symbol of leadership in our country, or George Washington was the first president? That's all for days 1 and 2. Go ahead and do your work, and I will get your videos on Friday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.